find on the woodland floor? What type of insects do you think?
Butterfly, spider.
Spiders, centipedes, daddy long legs, yeah. Wolf spiders, which chase after their prey.
Worms.
Yeah, worms.
Snails.
Ants.
Snails.
Yeah, loads of wood lice.
Tarantulas.
Well, maybe not tarantulas in this country, but you get the smaller spiders, which are just as lethal. So what we're going to have a chance of doing is we're going to have a chance to look for insects under the woodland canopy and just explore the different species. Would you fancy that?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. If we have a search around here, this would be a really cool place to find insects. Okay, kids, we're going to put these rings down on the ground here, and these will represent a mini habitat, a small area of ground where we can watch and find all these little insects. Okay, so biodiversity is bio, meaning living, diversity, the different species we have on the planet. So biodiversity is all living things. But these are what we call a soil-dwelling insects, so mainly under the rotten leaves and bark. Well, some of the wood lice, if you see an adult, they actually carry their young underneath them. So if you look from underneath the jar, you might see a little pouch and you might see some young. Slug just inside here. Now, a centipede's another type of carnivore. It's like the tiger. And what it does is it bites its prey, injects a poison, and then it goes back and then sucks the juice out of them.
Now, Irish monks were very famous for reading and writing. They also recorded what was going on in Ireland. And these books are called the Annals. The Annals tell us about what was going on in Ireland right through the medieval period. We get references to bad weather, to the death of kings, and to the arrival of the Vikings. The Annals of Ulster tell us that at the end of the 8th century, the dark foreigners had arrived and they started to raid monasteries. They were taking slaves. In fact, they were taking about 1,000 people a year from Ireland as slaves. So it's no wonder Irish monks were in fear of the Vikings. It's no wonder Irish monks felt safe in the wintertime when they knew that the Vikings had travelled back home. This was going to be the case, seasonal raiding, until about the middle of the 9th century, when we have record that the Vikings were settling in Ireland. They were wintering here in the winter of 841. And of course, they lived differently to the Irish. The Vikings built towns. Some of Ireland's biggest towns were developed by the Vikings. For example, Dublin, Wicklow, Wexford, Waterford, Cork and Limerick. All Viking towns, and little Viking houses like the one behind me lining the streets of medieval Wexford, Waterford or Dublin 1,000 years ago. That's the first big Viking legacy, towns. The second was money. We know the Irish used cows for money. The rich farmer had 12 or 13 cows, and that would be the case until a Viking king in Dublin introduced the first little silver coins at the end of the 10th century. So we can thank the Vikings for towns and our money.
Show their friendship?
By their interaction with you, just by maybe coming up and approaching you and nuzzling up again you.
How long does a horse live?
Horses have been known to live until they're 30. They'll be all age. They'll be in their mid-80s at 30.
How can you tell what age a horse is?
By looking in their mouth here at their teeth, look. That's all age teeth. That tells you that they're in their mid-20s.
Is it true all horses have the same birthday?
It's true. All horses' birthdays fall on the 1st of January. 11-month gestation, bred in the spring, 1st of January every year.
What's a thoroughbred?
Thoroughbreds are a breed of their own. Dates right back to the 17th century. Right back, all thoroughbreds are dated back to the Barley, Turk and the Arabian.
How is this different to a Connemara pony?
Connemara's are breeds of their own again, like the generally working horses. Cart pullers, plough pullers, stuff like that.
How fast can horses run?
Horses have been clocked to run 35 to 45 miles an hour.
How often do you have to change the horse's shoe?
Horses' shoes are changed every 5 weeks.
Is it true horses were in Ireland before man?
No, it's my opinion that ponies were brought to Ireland by man.
Are Connemara ponies from Ireland or are they from another country?
Connemara ponies are a mixture of a number of breeds, but probably Icelandic pony and an Andalusian horse. Andalusia, as you know, is a part of Spain, and the Spanish had a ship that sunk off the west coast of Ireland, and some of these horses got loose and they intermingled them with the Icelandic ponies that were already in Ireland, and that may have been the start of the Connemara pony.
How long do Connemara ponies live?
Well, I had one that lived till it was 31 years of age, but the average life of a Connemara pony would be 24 or 25 years.
Do horses have any enemies?
Yeah, horses had enemies, and they were mostly wolves or bears, something that would jump on its back.
How do they defend themselves?
Their natural defence would be their forelegs. They'd be very, very fast, and they would be able to flee. Their back legs are very, very strong, and they can kick out with those as well and do a lot of damage. I advise anybody who's around a pony to be very careful when they're at the back of them. And this is Bambi, and I say hello.
Hi, Bambi.
Yeah, she's nice and quiet.
Do you ever show your ponies?
Yeah, I show my Connemara ponies all the time. In fact, this year I showed Bambi, and any time I brought her out to a show, she got first, second or third prize.
Do you ever race your ponies?
No, I don't race my ponies, but there are pony races in Connemara, in particular on Omi Beach.
How come you love your pony so much?
I think I'm just a child at heart.
In the lab late one night, when my eyes beheld an eerie sight, for my monster from his slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise, he did the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. It caught on in a flash. He did the monster mash. From my laboratory in the castle east to the master bedroom where the vampires feast, the ghouls all came from their the Monster Mash. It was a graveyard smash. It caught on in a flash. They did the Monster Mash. The zombies were having fun. The party had just begun. The guests included Wolfman, Dracula and his son. The scene was rocking, all were digging the sounds. Igor on chains, backed by his baying hounds. The coffin bangers were about to arrive with their vocal group, the Crypt Kicker Five. They played the Monster Mash. It was a graveyard smash. It caught on in a flash. They played the Monster Mash. Out from his coffin, Drac's voice did ring. Seems he was troubled by just one thing. Opened the lid and shook his fist and said, "Whatever happened to my Transylvania twist?" It's now the Monster Mash. And it's a graveyard smash. It's caught on in a flash. It's now the Monster Mash. Now everything's cool, Drac's a part of the band, and my Monster Mash is the hit of the land. For you, the living, this mash was meant to. When you get to my door, tell them Boris sent you. Then you can Monster Mash and do my graveyard smash. You'll catch on in a flash. Then you can Monster Mash. Easy, Igor, you impetuous young boy.
Okay, start again.
Yeah.
Keep rolling with me.
And big feasting horns for drinking at special times of the year. So we're going to go with the 6 things.
I think we go with 6 things.
One in Tokyo, 2 in England, and 1 in the west of Ireland.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah, huge, yeah, huge. We've